Alright, today I am going to be making the KYLIE Jenner Ramen Noodles. KYLIE Jenner Ramen Noodle is a very tasty dish. I like the recipe. I've adapted it myself and used it in my own recipes. So this is the KYLIE Jenner Ramen Noodle recipe. First of all, you're going to need ramen noodles. I have chicken flavored ramen noodles because that's my favorite flavor, chicken flavored ramen noodles. And then you're going to need an egg, of course. And you're going to need some garlic powder. I have maybe 4 tablespoons of garlic powder right here. And then you're going to need butter. But instead of butter, because I am a healthier person, I am going to use olive oil. So what you're going to do is you're just going to take some olive oil. Right here, I'm going to just pour in about 1/4 to 3/4 cup of olive oil in there. And then I am going to crack open my egg. I'm going to crack open my egg and then put it in the bowl right there. And then with the egg, you're going to take a fork and you're going to mix it. Mix it a little bit together with the egg. And then put it right there. Alright, so now that I've got that going, I have ramen noodles. And I'm going to open the ramen noodle. Like so. Kind of hard, kind of tough. I need to hit the weights a little bit. And I'm going to pull the seasoning package out of the ramen noodles. So I separate it. I'm going to put it aside. And then the next step, I'm going to boil 2 cups of water. So let's get started. Alright, once you've brought the water to the boil, you're going to add the seasoning packet. This is right here is chicken flavored seasoning packet. I add the seasoning first, before I add the noodles, because I want the seasoning to go all the way through the noodle. Ramen noodles I find to be very good, like when all the seasoning actually goes through the noodle rather than just being on the surface. So I'm going to take the flavoring seasoning and I'm going to add that in. Okay, so I added that in. And then I am going to put the block of ramen noodles. Some people like to break the ramen noodle. I don't. I actually just put it in. And then there's also the crumbs that are left in the ramen noodles. I don't know about you, but sometimes I take the crumbs out and eat them, but I'm just going to add them to the recipe just for this video. Alright, so once you have that in there, you are going to take the garlic powder. You see the garlic powder right here, and you are just going to add about 4 tablespoons of garlic powder. Some people may add less. If you don't like a lot of garlic powder, maybe use 1 or 2 tablespoons of garlic powder. And it's going to foam up. And when it foams up, that's what you're going to add the olive oil, unless you use butter. If you use butter, just add some butter, like 2 tablespoons of butter. Right here I have 1/4 cup to 1/2 cup of olive oil. I'm just going to add it to the water like that. And when you add the olive oil to the mix, it actually takes the foaming from the garlic powder down. Alright, so once you have that in there, the ramen noodles are going to be cooking. I am just going to take my fork and then I am going to flip the ramen noodles once, just so they can start to absorb some of the good flavor inside of there and the garlic can mix around a little bit. So once you do that, you're going to add the egg. Just pour it along the sides right here. And the egg is going to cook along with the ramen noodle. So I'm going to put that in there. And so now it's in there. You can see a little bit right here. The egg is actually starting to cook right here. And so you're going to be cooking this. The ramen noodle has been there for about 1 minute. So I'm going to let it cook for about another 1.5 minutes. And then it's going to be done. And the egg is going to be done right around the same time that the ramen noodles are done as well too. I mean, you can't smell it through the video, but it smells great right now. So I'm just going to let this cook and keep on cooking. You see it's starting to bubble up a little bit. The steam is coming up. It smells absolute goodness. It really smells good. So it's in there and it's boiling a little bit. I'm just going to get my bowl and sit it out wherever I did with it. I don't know what I did with the bowl, but I'm going to find my bowl. And just let this cook a little bit more, a little bit longer. And then I'm just going to stir it one more time just to get the noodles loose. Oh man, it looks good. And it's cooking down a little bit. The egg is about done. You can see right there, it looks about done. So after about 2.5 minutes to 3 minutes of it cooking, the ramen noodles should be done. If it's not completely, to the texture that you want it, you can let it cook a little bit longer. Or what I noticed, you can let it sit in the bowl and the water will still absorb the noodles. So the ramen noodles are done, so now it's time to eat it. So I'm just going to turn it off and I'm going to pour it into a bowl. Alright, so it's done. I'm just going to take the ramen noodle and I'm going to pour it into a bowl just like that. See that? Absolute goodness, if you ask me. Absolute goodness. So I put ramen noodle in the bowl, and there you have it. It's KYLIE Jenner ramen noodles. Please subscribe. Thanks.